Hi everyone. Now we discuss about the simple hypothesis testing in R software. In this context, let us discuss about the t-test. Many statistical analyses are concerned with testing hypothesis, and these hypotheses are also, we call it as a statements. And a most useful t-test is a student's t-test, and this is a method for comparing two samples. If we verify that the samples are different in the sense of their means, then we usually consider student's t-test method. For example, if two companies are manufacturing electrical bulbs, and on taking samples from each company, we verify the average life of electric bulbs. Say average life, there is nothing but the mean life of electric bulbs of company 1 is given as a mu1, and the average life of electric bulbs made by company 2 is given as mu2, and now we are going to verify whether mu1 is equals to mu2 or not. And the student's t-test is a parametric test, and here the parameters are like mean mu and variance sigma square or a standard deviation sigma. And now the data should be normally distributed to carry out the student's t-test. And several versions of t-tests exist, and R can handle these using a t.test command. And we use t.test command in R software to carry out the hypothesis testing with respect to the t-test, and which has a variety of options, and the test can be pressed into service to deal with a one sample test or two sample test or even pair test. Now let us discuss one sample t-test. Here, in case of one sample t-test, we test the hypothesis of a given data. That is, first you need to write your hypothesis in two different forms, namely null hypothesis and alternative hypothesis. And if we assume that null hypothesis is the mean of the data mu is equals to 0, then we can write the alternatives for that null hypothesis, which we call it as an alternative hypothesis, given by either mu is less than 0 or mu greater than 0 or mu not equals to 0. Now we can verify the null hypothesis against the alternative hypothesis. That is nothing but we are testing the null hypothesis against alternative hypothesis by using a t-test. And in the t-test we use a variable having a t-distribution, and it is given by a formula t is equals to x bar minus mu by s by root n, where x bar stands for sample mean and s is a sample standard deviation, and n is a sample size, and mu is a population mean. Usually in the case of t-test, we prefer a sample is a small sample, that is a sample size of less than 30. And now the R function t.test is given by a syntax t.test of a data vector which we define comma mu. Mu is nothing but mean, and in our console we use this syntax to test the null hypothesis against the alternative hypothesis, and we can take a decision regarding whether to accept the null hypothesis or to reject the null hypothesis at a given level of significance. And now in case of one sample t-test, by default the mu is taken as a 0, and now we can also give a different values for mu as per the given data. Now let us discuss the same t-testing, a one sample t-test, with the help of a simple example in R console. First, let us consider a numerical vector x which has assigned the values from 1 to 10. we have taken that in the form of a sequence. In the form of a sequence, here you can observe 1 to 10, and now we can directly get the t-test for this numerical vector by using the R command t dot test of x comma mu is equals to 0. That is, by default we apply mu as a 0, and now upon doing this we can get the output as one sample t-test that you can observe here. One sample t-test we have done, and the data is taken, whatever the x numerical vector is a data provided by us, and then our software calculated the t value as 5.7446, and here the degrees of freedom, there is degrees of freedom given by a formula n minus 1, where n is a size of a sample, and as we have taken the sample size n is equal to 10, here the degrees of freedom is 10 minus 1, which is equals to 9, and the R events it calculates the p value, and it is determined as this 0.00 something, and here it gives a decision that alternative hypothesis, that is true mean which is not equals to 0 is taken by R, because we have not yet given that any other alternative. So by default R takes that true mean is not equals to 0, and it also determines the 95% confidence interval, and here you can look at that these are the limits of the confidence interval. There is a lower limit which we call it as a confidence limits. This is called a lower limit, and 3.3341, and this is 7.66. This is an upper limit, and now it also estimates the mean of the data provided by us. So mean of the x is a 5.5, and now in this output we have obtained all the different values which, and along with the p value, and basing on the p value we can take a decision whether to accept the null hypothesis or not. And the confidence interval which is determined by R itself is provided the confidence limits, and the confidence interval here for the mean taken is considered as a mu1 less than mu2, where we say that mu1 is an lower limit, lower confidence limit, and mu2 is an upper confidence limit. And here usually if we do not provide any particular confidence interval level, then 95% or 99% confidence intervals are taken in regular. And now let us go for the two sample t-test with unequal variances. Here we discuss two sample t-test with two different formats. One is with an unequal variance, that is the sample variances which are denoted by S1 square and S2 square. That is S1 square is a first sample variance, and S2 square is a second sample variance. So in the first case, if you consider unequal variances, that is S1 square is not equals to S2 square. And now let us discuss the case of t-test with an unequal variances. And the general way here we test this by using a t dot test command, and here we can compare the two means of a given vectors, numerical vectors it may be, and you can specify the vectors of in a variety of ways depending how the data objects are set out. And the default form of a t dot test does not assume that the samples have equal variance. So obviously always R takes that the variances are unequal. So the Welk two sample t-test is carried out unless you specify otherwise. And in the case of two sample t-test, we consider two vectors x which is having of n observations like x1, x2, etc. xn, and y having an m observations m1, y1, y2, etc. ym, and their respective means x bar and y bar are determined, and the a variable having a t distribution is given by a formula t is equals to x bar minus y bar by s1 by root of n1 plus s2 by root of n2, where s1 is a standard deviation of sample 1 and s2 is a standard deviation of sample 2, and here n1 is a size of sample 1 and n2 is a size of sample 2. And now we discuss the same in R console by considering a simple example problem, and you just consider two vectors x and y. X is taken from 1 to 10 and y is taken from 11 to 20, and you can get the two sample t-test between these two variables x and y by the R command called t dot test of x comma y, and here this performs the Welk 2 sample t-test. This is an output that you can look at in R console upon doing the R function, and it gives all the values, alternative hypothesis, 95% confidence intervals, as well as a sample means, etc. what we have seen earlier. And now we can go for the two sample t-test with equal variances. That is, in this case we are considering the two samples with an equal variance. That is, if s1 square is a variance of sample 1 and s2 square is a variance of sample 2, then we are preferring in this case s1 square is equal to s2 square. And in order to test the two sample t-test with an equal variance, we provide a special argument called var dot equal is equals to true. This you can look at that var dot equal is equal to true. This is an argument we provide in the t dot test command function, and which represents the command to assume that variance of two samples are equal. And here the calculation of t values uses the pooled variance as well as the degrees of freedom are unmodified, and as a result p values are slightly different from the Welk version. And now you can observe the same by taking a simple example that, again, let us consider to understand the same by taking a numerical vector from 1 to 10, a sequence of numbers, and y a numerical vector from 11 to 20, and now you just do the t dot test, that is a two sample t-test of variables with an equal variance. Okay, and t dot test of x comma y comma var dot equal is equals to true. Then we can get an output as follows. That is, R has performed a two sample t-test, and it has taken the data of x and y, and it is calculating the t value, degrees of freedom, p value, as well as it is providing alternative hypothesis and also 95% confidence intervals with confidence limits, and it also estimates the sample means x and y, and that all you can look at in the output. And now